Science fiction, or just plain science? Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today I'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Doctor Who storylines that could actually happen. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Doctor Who was originally created partly as an educational show to teach the wonders of science, and while some of today's storylines stretch scientific plausibility to absolute breaking point, others do have a solid grounding in facts, figures, and theories. For this list, we'll assume that time travel and aliens do exist for a futuristic run-through of the Doctor's most credible adventures, enemies, and plot points since the 2005 revival.
You must be the Doctor.
Number 10. The Hum, the sound of drums. He might be one of the Doctor's oldest and greatest enemies, but there is reason for his madness.
Drums. The never-ending drums.
The Master looked into the time vortex as a child and was left with a constant sanity-shattering drum beat inside his head.
And some would go mad.
As it goes, our own history includes various reports of a phenomenon called the hum, where sufferers hear a never-ending, low-frequency sound in what some theorize is an extreme form of tinnitus. So the sound of drums is a real-world condition, but no one has yet been subjected to it for centuries like the Master.
What's inside your head? It's real. It's real.
Number 9. Ood Telepathy, Planet of the Ood. The Ood themselves are classic characters introduced during the 10th Doctor's TARDIS reign, and while their alien appearance is difficult to scientifically speculate on, there is ongoing progress towards turning telepathy, similar to the Ood's own abilities, into an actual reality. Experiments with brainwave tech and electroencephalography mean we're inching ever closer to wordless communication, aka mind reading.
I could sell this. You could offer different colours.
But if all that sounds a little ominous to you, don't worry, we're supposedly still decades away from anything even close to practical.
They turned him into an Ood.
Yep.
Number 8. Cybernetics, Rise of the Cybermen. Even casual Who fans will recognise these guys.
What the hell was that thing?
Cybernetically augmented humanoids, Cybermen have lost their capacity for emotion and are hell-bent on converting everyone else to continue their species.
Skin of metal. And a body that will never age.
But on regular old Earth, cybernetics is already a thing. The futuristic tech is most prominently seen in advanced prosthetics, with some designs allowing the user to control artificial limbs through their own thoughts. So it's a much more positive application than in the Doctor's world.
You will be deleted.
Number 7. Anti-aging, the Lazarus Experiment.
This is only the beginning. We're not just making history, we're shaping the future too.
It's no secret that scientists have dedicated a lot of time to the process of aging and what we can do about it, so Mark Gatiss' Dr. Lazarus stands as an eventual end goal.
I am Richard Lazarus. I am 76 years old. And I am reborn!
Sort of. The Lazarus Experiment sees the title character successfully anti-age before mutating into a monster.
Run!
Forgetting that last part, contemporary science has made some achievements in reverse aging. Today's researchers have already found how to chemically control an older mouse to look young, with onlookers awaiting a human equivalent product. Let's hope for less severe side effects though. Number 6. The Slow Invasion, the Power of 3.
It's 6:30 in the morning.
What are you doing lying around? Haven't you seen them?
What if millions of small, inexplicable, apparently aimless cubes suddenly appeared all over the world? What would you do? In the Power of 3, the mysterious blocks are taken in by most humans who see them as a publicity stunt. But when they activate a year later, the consequences are catastrophic.
There's CCTV feeds from across the world showing the same.
People are dying.
While the whole mass heart attack scenario is unlikely, the episode does play on the human impulses to fit in, to blindly accept what we're told, and to rely on gadgets. Switch the cubes for smartphones, and the slow invasion is on.
On a loop.
Number 5, Cryonics. Cold War. It's 1983, and a ship accidentally releases an alien warrior frozen in ice, which promptly attacks. The Who version is a very crude form, but cryonics is the science of freezing the dead to bring them back to life in the future to cure them of whatever killed them in the first place. In reality, the insanely complicated procedure boils down to removing the blood, injecting the cryoprotectant solution, and then cooling the body to sub-zero temperatures. So swap the Ice Warrior for a human being, and imagine accidentally waking them. They'd be touchy too.
I slept for 5,000 years.
Number 4, Swarm Intelligence. Silence in the library. Lots of people are scared of the dark, but it's something else entirely to be scared of your own shadow.
The piranhas of the air. The Vashta Nerada.
In Silence in the Library, microscopic cannibalistic beings called Vashta Nerada swarm together to harvest their prey.
It's how they hunt. They latch onto a food source and keep it fresh.
And while the monster itself is straight up sci-fi, swarm intelligence isn't. Some creatures, including ants and birds, possess this kind of collective intuition where an entire group reacts simultaneously to the same stimuli like they share the same mind. It's pretty interesting stuff until it's applied to flesh-eating mini monsters.
It's a swarm in a suit, but it's learning.
Number 3, the big red button. The Zygon inversion. The Doctor's views on war have shaped many an episode or story arc, but never more so than here, and with one epic speech in particular.
When you have finally got it exactly the way you want it, what are you going to do with the people like you?
The Zygon inversion ends with a human and a Zygon stood in front of ultimately empty boxes, deciding which button to press, and not knowing for sure the outcome of their actions.
I will not change my mind.
Then you will die stupid.
As 12 passionately observes, it's a scale model of war, and an increasing probable glimpse of how large-scale conflict could be fought in the future.
No one else will ever have to live like this. No one else will ever have to feel this pain. Not on my watch.
Number 2, artificial intelligence. Smile. We humans are always striving to make our own lives easier, happier, and more efficient. But Smile offers a glimpse of what could go wrong.
No, look! Please, I'm smiling! Smiling!
Our heroes travel to a human-colonized planet, only to find it empty because everyone's been killed by their AI helpers, the emoji bots.
How would massacring hundreds of people make me happy?
How would massacring hundreds of people make me happy? Smiley face.
AI promises to improve our existence, but how dangerous is it? In 2017, Google created an AI which created its own AI that was superior to any made by man. So if that's already possible, how can we possibly keep them under control? Insert sad, confused face here.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm having the time of my life.
Number 1, Global Destruction. The End of the World. The second episode of the long-awaited revival, and they go straight to the end of the world.
This is the day the sun expands. Welcome to the end of the world.
It's certainly one way to capture your audience, as the Doctor and Rose travel to the year 5 billion to watch the apocalyptic action from the comfort of a well-positioned space station. And Earth death is an inevitability in real life too, but not for a while yet. Scientists have theorized that in a few billion years, the sun will expand into a red giant, consuming our planet in the process. Fingers crossed we've migrated by then, eh?
All those years, all that history, no one was even looking.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.